What's going on, guys? Jacob Billett, CEO of Billett Enterprises, and today is Tech Thursday, and we're going to be taking a look at a free browser extension called Keywords Everywhere that can significantly help you identify trending and good keywords to use for your SEO optimization when it comes to websites, blogs, or really whatever you have going on. Stay tuned. This is definitely going to help you guys out. Hey, and welcome back. So again, appreciate you guys stopping by, taking a look at this video. If you do like the content in this video, please think about subscribing to the channel and clicking the alert button. That right there really does help me produce content like this. My content is aimed to help other people with their business ventures and with their visions and to help them be more successful online. So if you do like this content, please subscribe. It'd mean the world to me. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into this. So Keywords Everywhere is a free browser extension that you download, and I'm going to kind of walk you guys through that and then kind of give you a quick tutorial on how that works and how it can benefit you. So going to Google, we're going to go to Keywords Everywhere, and it's going to lead us to keywordseverywhere.com, which is where you're going to download this extension. Now, I already have the extension downloaded, so I'm just going to kind of walk you through. So you can either install for Chrome or install for Firefox. So when you do install this browser, you are going to have to get an API key. So you're going to enter your email. It's going to send the API key to your email. It could take up to 10 minutes. It's normally really, really quick. And then you'll go to your Keywords Everywhere. There's going to be a browser extension icon in the upper right-hand side. You're going to go to your settings, and then you're going to go ahead and enter your API keyword right there. You're going to click validate, and you're going to be good to go. So that's how that works. And then moving forward, once you do that, you're going to restart your browser, and then the keyword extension is going to be plugged in to whatever browser you're using, either Chrome or Firefox, and you can get started. And so going from there, and again, there's a bunch of other settings. I'll actually go back to settings for you guys to check it out. But there's a ton of other settings that you have in this. You can enable or disable your different matrices, either your volume, CPC, competition, supported websites. So they extract a ton of information from supported websites, Google Trend, Amazon, eBay, Google search widgets. I mean, they get a lot of data from a bunch of different places. Now, based on how your SEO model is, you might actually want to change this from global to a different country. So if you're operating over in the UK, and if your website is just specifically targeting the UK, say if you have a distribution type of business model and you only ship within the UK, then you can kind of target that, because it doesn't really make a lot of sense targeting trends that are not relevant to your country and then start getting orders coming in from overseas where, you know, that keyword is getting a bunch of volume. It just doesn't make sense to your business model. For me, I use this primarily for my website. I do have some retail websites. However, I do that SEO a little bit differently, and I would focus, because again, with like my drop shipping sites, I would just focus on the continental United States. But since I'm going to be using this for YouTube and anything that, or with everything that is global, I don't really care where my views come from. I mean, even though that does impact the ad revenue a little bit, it's not a huge deal. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this global. You can change it to your local currency as well, and I'll explain why that's important here a little bit later in the tutorial. But again, you can kind of take a look at it. And then with the miscellaneous settings, that's all really kind of self-explanatory, so I wouldn't have to bore you guys with that all too much. So we're going to go ahead and go back to Google here, and now you're going to have a couple of widgets that are going to be different, something that you haven't really been seeing before after you do your first search. So let's go ahead and search for unicorn coffee mugs, right? So say if I am selling unicorn coffee mugs, this is what I'm going to type in, right? So unicorn coffee mug. Okay, boom, there we go, right? Unicorn coffee mug. So with this right here, since the extension is installed, you're going to go ahead and see some new data that's going to come up underneath your search results. And I'll explain this to you here very briefly. So with the volume, so it's roughly, and they take the volume off of the keyword and they average it out for the past 12 months. So unicorn coffee mug is getting about 2,400 searches, exact searches now, per month. So that is how popular the keyword tag is. Now, some people have different tactics. Some people like to focus on lower search keywords because they can kind of get into the market a little bit better. It's not completely dominated. And again, I'll explain that in just a second. Now, looking at the CPC is the cost per click on this keyword. So this is what advertisers are paying Google AdSense for this exact keyword match to have that that advertisement displayed during the keyword. And so they're paying roughly 57 cents per click on that ad. Now this can benefit you if you are somebody that actually does Google AdWords, and so you can kind of when it comes to like when you bid to use a keyword, you can use this as kind of a measure if you want to lowball it, or if you want to pay more to get more I guess premium listings, or more if you're paying more for it, you're going to get more exposure, and obviously that's going to work for you. But this can kind of help with your pricing a little bit, as well as knowing what other people in that realm is doing. And you can pull this data from Google AdWords as well. This is just kind of a guide. And then your competition. So the competition for unicorn coffee mugs is extremely high. The competition with keywords everywhere is ranked from 0 to 1. So 1 is being the most competitive, meaning that there is a ton of competition for this keyword. And so it's going to be very hard for you to kind of break into this because it is such a competitive market. And so Keywords Everywhere has actually got an answer for that. So if you kind of take a look and, okay, cool, we got unicorn mugs, etc., you can scroll down to the widgets, and it's going to actually show you related keywords that might work a little bit better for your SEO. Unicorn cups, there's 4,400 volume of searches averaged over a year. The cost per click is similar, but the competition is still very high. And then you can go down to, say, Unicorn Mug Walmart, which has got 10 volume per month, not a lot of volume, average, at 24 cents cost per click. The competition is still fairly high. And so we're seeing a lot of high competition within these specific keywords. So we might look at long tail keywords to be a better answer for us if we can't crack into the market. And this is also going to be showing what people are also searching for. So you can kind of take a look at related searches that people have retyped in, or that has been related to these keywords that don't qualify as related keywords. They're just kind of other search suggestions that people have been using. And then you can kind of take a look at, there's a lot of top competition, but then you take a look at like Unicorn Mug India. So if you have a global drop ship option, and if you have a hub out there, or if you're a seller in India, this might work for you because the competition here is about 0.35. So that is, about a third of what the competition has been for competition 1 keywords. And then down here, so this is kind of a really, really cool way to take a look at this, is that you can see searches related to Unicorn Coffee Mug that do have lower competition. So you can kind of take a look at this and get different ideas for different mugs. And again, this is a highly competitive niche right here for unicorn mugs. So what we probably want to do is we'd probably want to search for something that would be either funny or maybe a color changing, but that still looks like that competition is fairly high. But this kind of shows you how to use the tool. Now, if you do like this, this application or this extension, and you do like the fact that it does label this out, you can definitely go and download that and use this for your SEO options. However, if you do like a particular keyword, say this is a keyword that looks fairly interesting to you, you can save it with this little star click right here, with the star icon, and you click it, and this will actually send it to your account. So you can save this, and then you can export it at a later time. Again, there's like, say, for example, we'll go and click on color changing unicorn mug Amazon. It's got a little bit less competition. It's got about half of the cost per click, and its search volume is about 20 a month. So some people will try to go in and dominate that market if they do have an Amazon storefront and they do have the ability to either have a drop ship option or they make these mugs or whichever. They can kind of get into the market a little bit easier and start dominating this lower volume search. And so just to kind of wrap this up, the Keywords Everywhere extension that you can have for either Chrome or Firefox can give you really good detailed information kind of all in one place. And it depends. Like, this was probably the worst example that I could use. I just kind of did it off the top of my head because this is a highly, highly competitive market. But if you download this and you go ahead and you search for, different keywords in your niche market or what you're trying to do, your results will be a lot better than unicorn mugs. It's a pretty saturated small market right now. So if you are a unicorn mug seller, I pray for you. I hope it does well for you, because it's incredible how saturated this market is, and it's probably only by a few people, which I mean, good for them. I mean, they're doing great for themselves. So anyways, if you do like this content, please subscribe. That really helps me out. And again, every Thursday I do a Tech Thursday. So this is going to be focused on tools, applications, programs, systems, things that can help you as a business owner or as an influencer or as a content creator, can hopefully help you out and build you up to where you want to be. So again, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next episode.